I'm good.
Are you good?
Yeah.
I hope
So
so. I hope you're good.
so good.
I thought
All
you
right.
were.
So we have to kick off tonight with a redaction.
Oh, what did we do?
I don't know if it's a redaction. I don't know if I said it, but I want to nip it in the butt before we go any further.
Okay, I will let you
I
know.
apologize if I
Uh-oh.
ever said anything bad about the
About what?
that was going to be a really bad slip up. The Division.
Oh.
I apologize right now if I ever said anything poorly about the Division. I don't know if I did. We may have had a discussion about like Ubisoft and EA and the big game manufacturers, and I don't know if I put the thing out there saying that like Ubisoft sucks or Ubisoft doesn't know what they're doing or Ubisoft makes shit games. I don't know. I'm not going to go back to the records, Mike. I'm not going back.
All right. There are
Eyes forward.
eyes
Full
forward,
steam ahead.
breasts up.
Progress. That's my trifecta of life. Okay.
Yes.
Don't look back. Just look forward and go with the future.
Over there.
However,
Don't
I
do
will
that.
apologize if I did say something along those lines because, first of all, a miracle happened in Toy Rage history. Mike and I found a game that we like playing and together and actually like the game.
Yeah. Like we're not like, oh, we like. One of us likes the game, so the other one has to kind of like say deal with it and log on. Like it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
We're playing Division 2, and it's a little scary how well Mike and I work in this game. Like, we feed off of each other very well in this game, and we rarely die. It's really interesting.
Do you, I found something out this past weekend, Andrew, about Division, and I don't know if you know about this.
No,
but
lay it on me.
When I was looking at my Shade Tech, it mentioned something about holding extra armor kits. I'm like, okay, cool. Wait, what's an armor kit?
I just found that out too.
Did you really?
Yes, because I was playing with my buddy Alex. He goes, "You know about armor kits, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." What?
Can you tell me so I can tell Mike?
Yeah, I just refresh my memory so I can give Mike an accurate.
Yeah.
And I got a pad and pen.
Why don't you tell me what it is so I know that you know what armor packs are?
Yeah, stop testing me. Why don't I test you?
So I max out all my Shade Tech to carry the most amount of armor kits and replenish all my armor kits when I go to a safe place.
Yeah, yeah. I found out what that finally means.
And now it's not like, oh, I have to shoot Andrew with my chemical healing gun.
But Mike, let's actually analyze this. We were doing really good, even with our lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Of said armor kits.
Except for the times where we're like, oh, there is this thing happening right on the border, but we were on the wrong side of the border, and they were level like 25. But aside from that, it was very good, very good work.
There was no way we were going to survive that. We were leveled 10, and we crossed the border illegally. we
Someone needed to put up a wall, and no one did.
Someone really needed to put up that wall.
Really could have.
We should not have been in that area.
No, we got
one-shotted by like a handgun.
Yeah, and then like
maybe it could have been a rubber band and 2 pencils, and someone shot a stone at us, and we still got one shot.
Still terrible. But other than that, like the teamwork is really nice. It's a good challenge of a game.
Yes.
Rarely have we both died where we had to respawn like 2 or 3 times in order to get the full clear on the board. It's easy to navigate. There's a ton of things to loot, like crayons, which I appreciate so much.
We love the crayons.
Yeah, it's like you got a crayon. I don't think I got a crayon yet. I got kids' shoes. But I don't have a crayon. So I'm a little.
I forgot.
confused.
I got something. I got another random thing a couple of days ago. It was another kid's toy.
You know what I love about it is one of the items you loot. It's just like you got a magazine. I'm like, sweet, but I mean, I just have all these bullets. It was an actual
Yeah,
magazine.
magazine.
I'm like, okay.
Of course, Mike doesn't go to the reading, the reading thought line.
Read these bullets with your
Yeah.
with your mouth.
I got plenty of bullets. Magazine, I got plenty. Why do I need this?
God, I can't wait for the next Terminator movie, but that's
Oh,
another.
I can't wait either.
That's another note. There's also like 3 Batista movies coming out, but
I'm having so much fun with Division 2.
so with Division,
I know I'm gonna run out of steam. I
Yeah.
know it. I'm you know what I realized? I'm at my gaming career, you could say, that the fall off is like is flat now.
Yeah.
Like once I lose interest in the game, it's not gradual. It's just it's it's this is Sparta.
you
Someone
just-
kicks me in the chest
yeah.
and I go into the pit. That's it. You never hear from me ever again.
So what you're saying is one day I'm gonna be like, you want to play Division 2, and you're gonna be like, what's that,
Be like, bro,
bro? It's all
No.
about
it's all
something else.
Dwarf Fortress or something.
Dwarf Fortress is coming, or not? It's been out for a long time
Yeah, but
But-
it's supposed to like revamped, right? Is that
Yeah.
the whole thing?
by Kit Fox. So
Got it.
it's a great
Who did Moon Hunters?
boyfriend dungeon. Moon
we played,
Hunters.
we played with the developer on this show, Moon
Mhm.
Hunters.
And it was a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll do the same with Dwarf Fortress and Boyfriend Dungeon when that comes out.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for
Can't
Boyfriend
wait.
Dungeon. But we're not going to play Boyfriend Dungeon until it comes out, which means we're just going to play Division 2 the entire time. So
I can't believe we're saying that. Like,
I don't think
this is the first time when Mike is like, hey, he actually calls me to ask me if I'm on.
yeah.
And I'm just like, what are you doing? What?
And
Why are you talking to me?
why are you talking to me about if I'm on? I'm already
I'm
on.
on.
So Ubisoft also makes like Assassin's. Oh, damn it, we're not nerds. We're nerds. So
We're
it also makes Assassin's Creed, and I lost interest in Assassin's Creed because it was just you have this like main story, but then you have these like weird side quests. And with Division 2, you have this story where it's pretty much something's bad in Washington, save Washington D.C. That's it. Like there is more of
That's
an
it.
overall story, but I don't really know what it is other than fortifying your places and getting more safe houses and driving bad guys out of Washington D.C. and just making it safe. And I think that's one reason why I was skeptical about it at first a little bit because Division 1 was fun, but then it's just what are they going to charge me for now? Because the last like 6 or 8 months for AAA developers has just been mostly just bad press and just trash, from
and poor form on pricing your customers.
extremely poor form. Where you're spending $60 and you're not even get like a real full game. Like with this, the $60 you spend on it feels like you're getting a full game, and they're releasing extra DLC out for free. There's the paid DLC that's coming out still. You can get the season pass and whatever else, but they are still making improvements. They made extra mission and apparel type of events already for free. Some more stuff with Dark Zone, which we're not in because I think I'm level 12.
I think I surpassed you a little bit. I'm at like level 14 or 15 right now.
I stopped because I thought it was a higher level than you asshole. And I'm like, I don't want to tell Andrew I have this sniper rifle that crits at like 5,000.
Okay, so that's the other thing that's crazy about this game. I use the sniper rifle without the sniper part.
It's bullshit.
I use sniper rifles as if they're like nail guns.
Yeah. And I don't understand why. I have a fun machine gun. I got 2 awesome freaking upgrades in this game. And it's so much fun. I don't understand what the weapons mean. I just know that there's a number that's damage and how fast it shoots and the round size. But that's all I understand. That's it. Mods
and
are still
accuracy
learning.
and stability. That's it. That's all I know.
Yeah, well,
I don't know anything else. I don't know anything else.
like I look at a weapon and they all look exactly the same to me. Like all the assault rifles look the same. All the sniper rifles are either like the red one or the brown one. I don't know.
We would be the worst arms dealers in the entire world.
Okay. There is this.
We would not know what we were selling
Would you like
at all.
Would you like the brown rifle or the red rifle? What's the
This
difference?
one,
don't
what's the
know.
difference between these two rifles?
The color.
They both have triggers and barrels for starts. One shoots pew pew pew, and the other shoots pew 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 pew.
So
That's it.
what's the difference?
It's on the pamphlet. Please look at the pamphlet.
Give me $1. That's it.
It's like when I go to Best Buy now and ask for opinions about things from the salespeople.
Oh, you're that person. Man, I'm sorry.
What do you mean? Am I that person?
So, what's up? You want to buy this gun? That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
But no, you just run around and you will get notices for people that are calling for help, which I found out how to respond to help this past weekend too.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
So now it's like someone's calling for help. It's like, now what do I do? I know how to answer the call.
I responded once,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what the issue is?
What?
I like communication in this game. Like, I actually like, you have to be like, okay, look, I'm taking right, you're taking left, or you're taking middle, or, hey, there's a guy in the back right, he's sort of kicking my ass, can you take him out? Or, hey, look, there's a guy flanking you on your left.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of situations where you really need to, like, communicate, because what's interesting about the game is that if the enemy gets you in a compromising position, it doesn't matter how strong or level wise they are, they'll take you out. And they'll take you out relatively quickly.
Yeah, when we're flanked, that's one of the biggest things. Like, we don't know that there's an enemy spawning behind us, and we get flanked, and we're both just obliterated.
Yeah, and it's not level. It's completely like they outplayed you, which is crazy. That's a crazy thing. I love how they flank. Like the AI is built to flank you, which is awesome. I think it's just awesome.
There are some times where the AI is kind of stupid, but then again, like, I think every AI has points where it's stupid. But when this AI works, like, it works pretty well.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like lucky cheating spawn points.
Oh yeah, it's great.
But if you're thinking about,
I'm sorry, going back. So calling for help, right?
Going back.
You need to be able to communicate with people. I've heed the call.
Yeah.
Of some people, and it's very tough to play with people when it's silent, because then you don't know, like, okay, am I the one hanging back a little bit? Am I the one that's being, going in first? And honestly, that was like the point where I was like actually dying a lot, because I was playing with people that I couldn't communicate with. So I've realized that if the other person doesn't have like some sort of mic on at the same time, I'm leaving that party. I'm sorry. Go take this junk heap by yourself, because you need more than help. You need a microphone. That's what you really need. You don't need a call to help. You need a call to a micro center.
See,
that's what you need. That's what you need to call micro center.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to completely disagree. You don't need communication in this, because I answered someone's call and I didn't listen to anybody, and I just kept going, and we still won. They were behind me, and I'm like, guys, I got a healing thing, and I know how to use an armor kit. Let's go. Also, I don't know how to talk on a microphone or join microphone chats, so I'm just like, yeah, I use body language, which is me going forward.
You mean just you doing jumping jacks?
First of all, that's
by far the best emotes in this game.
Andrew, I want to drop money and just use I just want to buy stupid emotes just to piss you off. Like, it seems like such a good use of money.
Yes.
But I'm not going to, because I don't know yet. I'll do it in put some money or something.
Because it's real money.
Because it's real actual money. Like, it's a cheeseburger that I'm not putting in my mouth. It's an emote, and I kind of want to do that.
Yeah. Not happening on this end.
Yeah. But you don't even know like need to know like where the story is. You just like open up the map in this game and you just go. And
Right.
the story definitely helps you go to story missions, and that's when you get like work together because the story missions in this, even at your level or just like if they're a level beneath you, they're still pretty tough for some of them. Uh, and it's just going around and just helping each other out, finding people to help out, doing like loot stuff, and it's just a fun game to just mindlessly just play. It's like that good Borderlands feeling.
I love it.
Not pre-sequel, like
Not pre-sequel.
the original one, the good one.
Did we talk about that last week?
What
The pre-sequel?
Yeah, I think we talked about it and how we don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awful.
No, there was actually, if you want to stop talking about Division for a little bit, when Borderlands 3 was announced, some people were complaining. Like you go online, you can find just some headlines of articles by game journalists saying Borderlands 3 looks like more of the same, and there are some people that just said, and I agree with this, that the trailer probably could have been a little bit better, the original one, because it didn't actually have gameplay. But the ones that were saying it just looks more of the same, like Borderlands 2 didn't have anything really like unique locations, but it wasn't like bad. The only thing it added was actually like a coherent storyline. But
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 was still pretty good compared to 1. They're both up there. Pre-sequel, they added the jumping, no gravity mechanism, and some other stupid bullshit to the game. And it just was just garbage, and it was annoying.
I did not like it.
No. So I hope Borderlands 3 is not exactly like, but almost
Has gravity
exactly
again?
like. No. Oh yeah, yes, has gravity.
Yes.
Has gravity and real jumping
Gravity.
mechanics. And if there's a zero gravity, that it's in like one room, because they're in an anti-grav chamber. But it's kind of dumb. It's just Borderlands. They tried to make changes, slightly ones to the second ones, and it didn't take away from the game. It improved it in some ways. It took away from low, but it kept it the same. Pre-sequel, they tried to make bigger changes, and it looked like shit. So I don't know why some of these magazines are just like Borderlands 3 looks exactly just like Borderlands 1. It's like Borderlands 1 was fucking awesome. And when
I did enjoy Borderlands 1 and 2.
I did too. And so when
This is not like I hate Borderlands, period. I just don't like the pre-sequel at all.
No, it just has annoying ass characters. If you're really into Handsome Jack, then yeah. But then again, I just watched an 8 or 9 minute video on the summary of pre-sequel, and it's like, okay, great, I don't have to play the shitty game, so I'm done. Borderlands 2, I might play again. Borderlands 1, I have it. They gave you the free upgrade, so I'll probably try to play that again. But Borderlands 3, I hope it's the same. I'm gonna probably wait a couple months to buy it again, because I want to see how it turns out first. But I'm giving it.
I'm put it this way. I'm not going to rush into it.
No, I'm not rushing into it either. But I will give it some positive skepticism to it. Benefit of the doubt. For reasons that I don't know. Dan will complain about something else about console. I don't know. He'll complain about how we're not playing with him. I don't know. I'm not into buying games like day one for it. And if anyone says, "Oh, but Mike, you're playing The Division," it came free with the computer that I had to replace from the fire.
And I bought it because Mike was playing it.
Also, Alex is playing it, which we're not friends.
Yeah.
But maybe one day we will. But Andrew had 2 positive, reviews from friends, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Plus, fuck Borderlands pre-sequel. Game sucks.
The game was so bad. I was so mad when I started playing that game, and I was like, this is not even worth the $18 pre-owned version of this game.
Yeah, I hope you returned it. You can return it for the full monies.
Nah, I mean, it still has Borderlands 2.
I guess you're right.
Put it this way, the percentage of dollars that are attributable to the pre-sequel is minimal in my eyes.
Oh, totally.
I think I bought Borderlands 2 again. That's what I think I did.
That's what it feels like. That's what I hope it turns out to be. I hope that's another thing. Like, I'll play Borderlands 2 to also make it worth the money I spent in it. because pre-sequel is just a waste. Plus, I put in the the code for the 100 golden keys before it expired, so I have like 120 something golden keys in Borderlands 2 waiting for me.
Wow.
So, holla holla,
I did
extra
not.
dollar.
I did not.
Dan
because...
didn't, and that's surprising as hell.
Yeah.
You bought it. You bought it after I think the code expired.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. But like, so
He'll be
Dan,
back.
Dan doesn't believe me that you said this. Because I was talking to him and Chris. I said, Andrew does not like the pre-sequel. He thought it was okay. Andrew said, while playing the pre-sequel, why am I not playing Destiny instead of this? You know, just something along the lines of, I would much rather play Destiny. Destiny is a better game than this. And Dan's like, you didn't say that. I said, he said that before you got on. And I'm pretty sure he mumbled it. Plus, while we were playing, several times, Andrew mumbled, I don't know what I'm doing. What the hell am I doing in this game? The fuck is this game doing? Why? Why? I don't know. Just like, not as bad as how I was complaining. But it's not a double jump.
It's not a double jump.
We can agree. It's a jump, and then it's a push forward.
The problem, see, here's the other
we go
issue
again
that I
down
have
the
with
rabbit
the game, and it's not an issue. It's that I'm used to a certain playstyle now.
Mm-hmm.
So in Destiny 2, you have sort of the same gravity mechanic because you have these like floating jumps.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But they also incorporate, if you get to a ledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you miss time, like a jump by like a fraction of a second, right? You grapple onto the edge and it pulls you up.
Yeah.
So there's some forgiveness in a very hard mechanic to judge floaty jumps.
Yeah.
Floaty jumps are not easy to judge. It's not it's not easy.
Yeah.
All right. Borderlands, there's no forgiveness, and frankly, there's death everywhere.
Yeah.
Like if you miss a ledge by like a fraction of the centimeter,
Like, it looks like you're on the ledge.
yeah, you will go and you'll fall to your death, and that's it. And I was just dying over and over and over again,
No.
and every time I was losing money, I was like, I feel like I'm just funding my deaths,
Yeah.
and that was not fun.
And
that was just seriously not fun.
No, and you lose a fraction of your money, so like the more money you have, it feels like you're losing more of your money just as time goes on, to the point of why even have money right now.
Yeah, totally bad.
The other thing that I did not like,
So totes.
totes my goats. But one thing I totally like super turned me off from the fucking game was you had to use the jumping mechanic for quest objectives, like 10 times in the first 20 minutes. Like after you escape the ship, and if I'm using that fucking annoying ass jump mechanic to put up a poster of a cat, to take pictures, to put on a poster, or just to jump around doing really stupid shit in like a city, which isn't a city, it's like 3 really confusing levels of just bullshit. Like I don't want to play this fucking game. I want to play the Division where I can get really strong guns that I don't understand any of the statistics for it. And try to catch up to Andrew, who I was being nice and not playing because I thought I was past him. But apparently that's not a common courtesy in some of these games that you play with friends.
I will tell you more about how that happened after I make this one point, because what you're getting at is platforming. Yeah. I have a serious problem now after playing Destiny. Well, not a problem. Destiny 2 is a shooter first, and then as the game gets more difficult, like when you get into raids and everything, that's when it introduces platforming, because platforming in like a first-person shooter and floating jumping systems is very difficult to incorporate everything, and that's why they incorporate it into raids, because it's the most difficult things to do in Destiny are the raids.
Yeah.
So they add platforming into raids. Borderlands incorporates platforming in normal questing, which is so infuriating, because platforming sucks in first person.
It does.
It blows chunks. Third person platforming, great. We had Ratchet and Clank.
Division
we had
2.
so many other games. And you're like, oh, those games were great. You know why? Because they were third person platformers.
Yeah.
There's never been a case when you're like, I love first person platformers. You know why? because you get to fall a whole lot.
It's
That's what happens with first-person platformers. You
there.
fall.
There are some where it's good, like, but they're built around that. Like probably the best first-person platformer I've ever played, really, is Mirror's Edge. But that's because they. Have you ever played Mirror's Edge?
I have to play it still.
So it's
I have it. I
yeah.
have it. It's there.
It's
I gotta get to it.
It's a first-person, pretty much parkour type of game, and the first game is really great, and then it ends on something stupid. But the point is, they have all these first-person parkour movements, and they built the game around first-person platforming. It wasn't like kind of like an afterthought, like what feels Borderlands, pre-sequel is. That's why you just see like in a lot of first-person shooters, it's just you're running, you jump, and then you can vault. That's mostly it.
It is so hard to platform in first person. It's incredibly difficult when you're trying to shoot. It does not work. It does not work as well as people would like it to work. And I think part of the case is because it's a very visual way of playing the game, right?
Yeah.
You sort of have to like know where you are in relation to the platform, and you have to make certain jumps that way. Like when you have to platform in Destiny, those are like the things I fucking avoid, like the plague.
Yeah.
Because it's bullshit. No. It's just bullshit gameplay because you're going to fail thousands of times.
And it's not a fun way to fail.
And no, it's not.
You know what's a fun way to fail is? Division, where you're just getting like bombarded with guys, and you just have to outflank bullets and everything else.
And you have to change your strategy.
Yeah.
Like when you get flanked in Division, when you are getting dominated in Division, it's because you didn't plan that battle correctly.
No.
You went in there like an idiot.
Yes. There is a good amount of just positioning in this game where it's just it makes perfect sense. But in Borderlands, no. So how about
now? I think we agree on this point.
Yeah.
I think we're just beating this dead horse. But
God, I hate that game.
But I will explain now. Now we'll address the social issue here with Michael and myself, because here is what happened. And if Alex is listening, you did nothing wrong, my friend. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. So Alex has been playing the game for a while.
Yeah.
All right, so he's far ahead of myself and Mike. Like,
is he 30?
He's beyond 30. He's like in like super tier 2.
So he's end game.
Yeah, he's EG.
Okay.
All right. Now, what's cool about the game is that when you play with someone that's EG or very high level than you, you scale up to them. And honestly, there's really no difficulty change in the game. Like, your guns would act as if they were his level guns. Mm-hmm. So we were playing side by side, the same pace and everything. It wasn't like he was getting one hit kills for everything, and I was just sitting there just twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah. It's
balanced play, which is good. However, what happens is when you upscale to that person, so does the experience.
Yeah.
Per kill and per mission and everything. And Mike, I started getting like, no joke, I started getting like 1,200 experience kills off of just like normal guys. Like just like getting to the point.
I'm at like 150 experience kills.
Yes. So before I knew it, I was just hitting levels.
Yeah.
When I was like, whoa.
What is happening?
What's happening?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I earned those levels, which is sort of like, see, that's what always pisses me off about playing with people that are like really higher than you, because I hate to say it kills your experience of the game.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it. Sorry, Alex. I'm probably going to ignore you until I get to your level, if I can get to your level.
Yeah.
Just because
it's fun.
I want to enjoy the game at my pace, right?
Yeah.
If I'm playing the game at your pace, it doesn't feel like mine anymore.
No.
It doesn't feel like my experience anymore. And the reason why I think I like playing with Mike so much is because we're sort of like we're pacing at the same
Because we don't know what
way.
armor packs are. We didn't
We
find
don't
out.
know what armor packs are.
Nope.
We are completely ignorant of this game
so
at the
dumb.
same exact rate. A same exact rate. And that's why it works.
God, I can't wait to get to level 30 and play with Alex and have him explain to me basic features of this game that I don't know about. So that's going to be exciting.
But here's the other thing, Mike. I was dying with Alex too. And I realized there's also an aspect of knowing your teammates, like playing well as a team,
Yeah.
like knowing how your teammate plays and how you play. Alex and I don't play well together. Not in this game.
Uh-huh.
We don't complement each other very well when we're in a battle.
Yeah.
And I think it's because him and I maybe have very similar approaches to the battle, and therefore how we help our teammate doesn't really work.
Yeah.
In that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I that's a tough concept to tell, but like I rely on Mike to like sort of hang back a little bit and heal.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that I'm usually the aggressor in the firefight. Like I'll usually go in first, or I will take the riskier position in the firefight.
Yeah, which is why it's complemented by me with a sniper rifle, healing abilities, and a machine gun that causes suppression. Right. So like it's a very good balance, and we still haven't stolen the Declaration of Independence. But continue.
So I think, but Alex plays a little bit. He's very much a back of the line player, but he's a sniper and a sniper only. So he sort of does like sniper, and then he flanks with his assault rifle, but he's not really paying attention to his teammate. He's very much like me, where he's an aggressor. He just plays a different aggressive play style.
Mm-hmm.
So we lose track of each other, and when you lose track of each other in a firefight, things can go pretty bad very quickly, as we discussed about flanking.
Yeah.
So I was actually dying with Alex when I was playing with a much better person.
Mm-hmm.
But when I play with Mike, I don't die as much because our play styles sort of complement each other as we go through this game. Yeah. So it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about friendship and teamwork.
Has Alex done jumping jacks for you yet, or no?
No.
Have you guys played rock, paper, scissors?
No.
Has he emoted once?
I tried to do a selfie, and he goes, "Stop doing that. We have to get to the next mission." And I said, "See, this is the problem."
Okay, look. If you don't understand that I just killed these people and I'm not taking selfies, you need to get the fuck out of my group. All right. Go play with your people who know what they're doing. And that's
But I think it's also a component of he's so far ahead that he wants to rush me through the game so I can be at end game stuff with him.
But you just want to enjoy the game.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But that's not how I want to play this game.
No, we want to enjoy this kind of the story, even though we don't know what the story is, but whatever.
Nope.
So
nope. Don't know it at all.
I think this is a good time to stop talking about Division because we wanted to talk about something else, and it's been like 35 minutes. It's 9:15, and we haven't even talked about Shazam.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about
So
let's Shazam.
Shazam. It didn't work.
We did it.
It didn't work.
We did it.
I'm not Shazam yet. Shazam just came out. It is a seriously. Yeah, sorry, Tori. I know. Like the first thing she goes, "What are you talking about tonight?" I go, "We're going to talk about Shazam." And then we mentioned Division, which we love, and Borderlands, which we hate. So, but we both really enjoyed. Well, okay, I really, really enjoyed Shazam. I think Andrew.
I liked the movie.
You liked it.
I liked the movie.
Yeah.
There's certain things. I was corrected about certain points, but I also, I have my gripes. I have my storytelling gripes, but that's okay.
So let's just first what I personally loved about the movie is this is the first time there was a superhero movie in a long time that felt like it was actually made for kids. You know, there's Marvel Universe and the MCU, everything that's going on with MCU and those movies. At first, it started off where it was like kind of kids, but just like teenagers, maybe like 14, 15, and then just like up from there. But it's rarely that you found a movie that was like just for kids. And a lot of things, just for kids, they're not like great for adults. Just Transformers, I think, is a fantastic example. Like my nephew said, Uncle, you really should watch Last Night. It's such a great movie. And if there's anything I can't deny about the Transformer movies, is that they got like really good action. That is a major part of their budget. So even if the story is trash, I can understand why kids like it because they just like the fighting robots and everything. This is a movie where there is so much good stuff and funny stuff for kids to enjoy, mostly because Shazam is a child. So if you want to go and talk about Shazam, because you know more about Shazam than I definitely do. So if you want to give people background.
You mean like canon?
Yeah. Tori knew nothing about Shazam.
So Shazam is probably one of the it's kind of, I think it surprises a lot of people out there, but Shazam or previously known as the original Captain Marvel is by far one of the oldest superheroes in the DC universe. Like he is like same age practically as Superman and Batman.
Yeah.
If not probably older than Batman. He's 1940s,
Yeah.
That's how far back he goes.
Bork. Yeah.
Bork.
Jesse is Borking.
He's Borking.
He's a Bork.
And what's really cool about Shazam, we have to call him Shazam now because he's no longer Captain Marvel. Is Shazam is probably, and this is probably a comic book nerd argument, but it is said that Shazam is probably more powerful than Superman. He has all of Superman's powers plus magic. So that's the trump card to defeating Superman in the DC universe. Other than kryptonite, it's magic. Magic is pretty much anti-Superman. So if you basically have Superman plus magic, so you basically have the most powerful character in the DC universe. However,
Jesse,
crazy.
Yeah. What? Jesse loves.
Jesse loves Shazam.
Tori,
Jesse's finishing my argument.
Yeah, let me take care of Jesse. So, you keep talking. Come on, Jesse.
Okay, so what's interesting about Shazam is like you'd be like, well, why doesn't he like beat everybody up and everything? Because they incorporated one of the best storytelling like twists for Shazam, and it's because Shazam is not an adult. Shazam is a 13-year-old kid who is just so oblivious to what he actually has. And that's like the brilliant part about Shazam. So, and I think I was a very big proponent of Shazam when I was a kid because he's truly the child superhero. You have like this Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He was a teenager, yada yada yada. You have the X-Men that was they were kids but they're adults now. But Tori, perfect. He is every kid's dream. He is like I can be 13 years old and be a superhero. Get out. No, seriously, get out. How can I do that? Oh, I just have to say Shazam. Thunderbolt comes down, and I'm like a superhero that's like dope sauce. Get out of here. That's what was so cool about Shazam.
Shazam!
And with that immaturity is the reason why he would like never beat Superman. But that's beside, it has nothing to do with that. The whole point is that you have a child wielding Superman powers. And you explore that avenue. And that is so much fun. I can't express to you how much fun that is.
Now,
just the concept of that alone. Like, there's very few children that were probably sub 13 that I would like to see Shazam. But, like, I still think it's a really cool idea. Like you just see a toddler one day and just goes Shazam, and then all of a sudden, bam! It's like this grown-ass man, and the first thing they do is probably like steal candy bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they can do anything.
What was the
What do
first
you want to
thing?
do?
What was the first thing Shazam
I
did
can
in the
go on
movie?
this ride because I can go above the bar.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of shit that happened.
Yeah.
I can stand. I wanted to be Shazam so bad when I was a kid.
Oh.
You have no idea. This is how big of like I would tell my friends like they'd be like, "Oh, who's your favorite superhero?" I'd be like Captain Marvel, and they're like, "The girl?" I'm like, "You have no idea. you don't know what you're talking about
Shazam!
because Shazam wasn't Shazam back then. It was Captain Marvel."
When did he switch from you uncultured
swine? Yeah, I am. I was an uncultured swine at the ripe age of 11.
When did he change from Captain Marvel to Shazam?
There were some lawsuits in the past about using Captain Marvel, and I think Marvel introduced them. Even though DC's Captain Marvel came first, the whole fact behind like it was Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
So they sort of had this feeling like we sort of like built our brand around this name, right? Our entire brand is around the name Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you're just using it as the appropriate adjective, like Captain Marvel, like Captain Marvelous, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And I think they just eventually came to a consensus that they would just change it to Shazam, just because one, there was also like this idea like, well, why do you call him Captain Marvel when his keyword is Shazam? Why don't you just name him Shazam? And they're like, oh, well, we could. And then they did this dual naming thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they eventually just transition. I don't know when the actual cutoff was, but I know it was a long, rocky court battle.
Yeah.
to that finally led to Shazam.
I think it's better because when you hear Captain Marvel, like just even back then, I would assume probably it was like a Marvel comic,
Right. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if you have like comic book fans that are pre our generation, Mike,
yeah,
they hear Captain Marvel, they're going straight to Shazam. They're not going to
Captain Marvel.
Yeah. And it's actually not even Captain Marvel. It used to be Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
And then it was Captain Marvel. And then yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
So, but back to the movie.
Okay. So the story is about a kid, Billy Babson, that basically meets the wizard Shazam, who is the last of the great wizards. And he is trying to find someone pure of heart and noble intent to wield his power because his time is coming to an end. Now, that's the comic book canon. The movie's a little bit different. Yeah. They wield it a little bit different. But the general premise is the same, that he is trying to find the person pure of heart to continue on as the champion of Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the original Billy Babson is very wholesome. All right, so the original telling of Billy is actually like, leave it to Beaver type of goody two shoes. Like that's the original like adaptation of Billy, which is a different way of approaching it, right? Because you have this kid that really does want to do no wrong, and then he's forced into this world where he's like, now you got to make grown up decisions. Even though you think everything's good with the goody two shoes mentality, it doesn't apply to every situation. But I'll tell the current iteration is, Billy Batson in the current comic book world and the current telling of Billy is he's not a great kid, but he's been down on his luck. He's got a lot of shit going on in his life. But what's interesting about him that makes him so redeeming is that even with all the shit that's being thrown at him, all the feces of life's turns, he's still underneath and underlying always makes a decision that is sort of selfless. He exudes the original like idea of the pure of heart. I mean, there was a different interpretation of the pure of heart back then, but that idea doesn't change. It's just they shadow it with sort of the modern struggles that a kid could possibly go through if all the bad shit ever happened to you as a kid.
Uh-huh.
Now, not all the bad kid things. We're not going to go into the deep bad things that could happen to a kid. But it's like, you know, if shit just did not go your way when you're a kid, you could have been scarred. You could be severely, very scarred.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy probably is. But underneath it all, he's actually probably one of the noblest characters in the DC universe. He's like one of the only few people that actually gives Lex Luthor like the benefit of the doubt before he actually judges them, knowing full well that Lex Luthor probably wants to kill somebody. He'll still be like, "Well, let's hear him out," because he's a 13-year-old kid. He's great. So where am I going with this? I don't know. Oh, telling you Shazam. So this is definitely a origin story movie of Shazam, and they even bring it even more further into like current events. So you really get the feel of a modern day kid with the modern day references and the modern day problems and addresses bullying and squirrel. Was that me? Did I just like brain fart? Probably. I didn't drink tonight. I'm fine.
That's what's wrong.
That's why the show's going to shit.
That's why it took us 40 minutes to get to the main topic. Because you weren't drunk enough.
I wasn't drunk enough.
Thanks.
Thanks. Jeez.
Thanks, Jesus.
I need some Tito's. So that's like the general story of Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go too much in because the movie. The movie's fun. I want you to experience the movie, experience the fun. The one thing I that I didn't know, and probably because I didn't research it enough, was I thought that The Rock was going to be the bad guy, and because there is definitely, I think he's supposed to be Black Adam.
That was our older rumor, yeah.
So for those that don't know, Black Adam is to Shazam as the Joker is to Batman, as Lex Luthor is to Superman.
Sinestro is to Green Lantern.
Yeah, Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Reverse Flash to Flash. He's the main bad guy. Just add reverse. You got your villain. So lazy. What does that even fucking mean? He doesn't reverse Flash. He doesn't moonwalk his way. Like what is reverse Flash?
He can only run backward. Like it's such oh my god. Oh my god, it's the bad guy who Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash.
Like at least Superman has
Sorry.
Bizarro. Superman has Bizarro.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah. So current movie, really good.
Yeah.
I think it's a great kids movie. It's such a good kids movie because Shazam's a great kid superhero. He is such a good kid superhero.
Yeah. And it didn't need like intricate story elements
No.
for it to work. There was
Though it will. It will.
Yeah.
The next movie that's coming out, it will have that.
Mm-hmm.
But
this is a good like really good introduction to it. Like the only like weird plot hole thing for me is like they really couldn't find his mom. But like whatever.
It was 2 blocks away.
I know, 2 blocks away, and all the work that he did and everything else, like it's who knows. That's like the only weird thing, but at the same time, it is so not important, really, to me, to get the story really going. And the choices that Billy was doing, where like he tricked police and he stole a police car. I'm like, this is the kid that's going to be, Shazam, and then you see that he's using it to find his mom. Like he's going to extreme lengths to try to do something good.
Yeah,
that's great.
They definitely made the modern Billy flawed because no matter how you look at it, like the idea of stealing a cop car, like you would never think that a good person would do that.
No.
But he doesn't have a second thought about doing it, which makes him an interesting character.
Yeah.
Because you got to think to yourself, well, what else would he just completely ignore moral-wise, right?
Yeah.
As a kid.
Just in order to get, but it's not like he would ignore moral things just
But
to
the
achieve.
end result, right?
Yeah.
Do ends justify the means type of a thing.
Skipping school in order to become better, but at the same time also just make YouTube videos and show
Right.
him off. What was his brother's name again? Like, was it
Freddy.
Right? So to a point, like sometimes just like, how come Freddy didn't get chosen by Shazam? Because sometimes Freddy seemed like almost better.
Freddy has huge flaws. Freddy has a lot of flaws.
He does, but
Freddy has tons of, because Freddy is very much, I'm not going to say the epitome, but he's very, I don't want to, he's a self-centered character. Like, you could see the selfishness of Freddy. Like, Freddy, at a certain point, Freddy looks out for Freddy because Freddy's been shit on and given worse cards than Billy.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it sucks, but his faults that he has almost pushed him over the edge. Yeah. Though he's not like a super villain over the edge, but he's not going to be like Shazam's first choice goes to Freddy. It's not going to happen.
But like his flaws came more apparent like later on. I'm talking about just like in the beginning, like when you're going, it's just like, is Billy really a better person than Freddy? At some points in the beginning of the story, past like when Freddy was just like, I was pushed out of a window. I'm just kidding. I wasn't like that. Like, I thought he was just like a jokester. But like later on, like you could see when great example, the bullies, where he's like, yeah, Shazam's gonna come and have lunch with me. It's just like you're using these powers really like for you. And there was a times where it was just like where Billy felt like he was using the Shazam powers for himself too, almost. But it was, to me, Billy was using it where he was just like confused, like he didn't know what to do. There was no training course. He was just like given these powers, where Freddy was just trying to really more like look out for.
We should just say it now. Spoilers. We're spoiling things. So
yeah.
So I think spoiler alert again. I think where you see the major difference, and it's a very common trope, not trope, but it's storytelling device of like the classic hero. But it's like really, I enjoy it immensely. Is the reason the minute you see why Billy is the appropriate Shazam is when he's talking to Shazam.
Yeah.
And he's getting explained all this shit to him. And the only thing he can think of is like, get me the hell out of here. Something is so wrong here. Like, why am I here? Who are you, strange person?
Why do I have to put my hand on your staff?
Yeah. Like, not believing him, saying like, yeah, I get it. You're going to give me powers. I don't know if I really want these things. I sort of just want to go. Like, and that's the whole thing. Like, it's, you know, he doesn't want the power, but he should have the power because he doesn't want the power type of a thing. I love that. I love that sort of storytelling because it I don't know.
Jesse.
I gives me the appropriate I find it's the appropriate way to view that sort of power because it's like, do you really want it? Like, do you know what comes along with this type of stuff?
He had no idea like what the power even was. Like Shazam was just like, I can't test you. This is what my little magic bugs tell me that you're a good person. So here we go. Let me give you the story and hold my staff. Say my name, bro. And like
say my name, bro.
Say my name, bro. Just do it. So he had like no idea like really what was to come of it. And when you think of the villain, when it came to that, they're just two like such big like differences. Where I think they did a great job.
But here's your moral question though now, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think would have happened if Freddy was in that position? See, I don't think I think Freddy would have. I think Freddy would have been manipulated by the Seven Sins. I definitely do. I think Envy, just like everybody else, Envy. There's a reason why Envy was the one that doesn't come out. Because Envy is the one that probably
would have gotten him.
is the trump card
You know
in
what?
in that group.
From what you're saying, brings me back to a point where Billy and Freddy are arguing, and Billy is just like, "You just wish this was you," and Freddy's like, "You're damn right. I wish it was me. I would kill for those powers." You know.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good thing you said. Huh.
So this is why Mike.
This is why Mike does what?
This is why I come to my gripes.
Okay.
Right. And here are my gripes, everybody. This is a story. They could have taken different versions of Captain Marvel. Now, Dan corrected me saying that there was always a Marvel family. I didn't know this. I just didn't. I missed the boat on this one.
Yeah.
But supposedly there's always been the Marvel family where everybody in his troop had some sort of power. I probably ruined the movie for a lot of people again.
Spoiler alert.
Just so many spoilers.
Now it's like actual
here is
spoilers.
Here is my problem with the multiple Shazam shit. Okay, for the same exact reason was of if Freddy was in the chamber with Shazam, would he have been influenced? Is the same reason of why do you split the powers? Why do you give powers to the Marvel family? I have a very big issue with that because I don't think everybody deserves the power of Shazam because you're like your family now. You got to give those powers out very sparingly.
Yeah.
Like you don't just give them out. Oh, everybody join around, hand on the wand, and
Say my name.
we're just
Billy.
We're just gonna spread these around.
No.
I don't know.
It's
not my favorite. It's not my favorite part of the Shazam story.
Mhm.
I get why they do it. I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't prefer it because I find serious flaws about just
Giving it out.
giving those powers out.
Yeah, it was also just like each member got like a specific power or part of a specific power, and Billy kept all of Shazam's powers.
Right.
And like to a point, like it made sense because you had the 7 wizards, and they can obviously transfer their powers. So did all their powers die, or did they all just come to Shazam? Like, did they transfer to Shazam? So he had so much power that he's able to give just a fraction of his power to other people, and still hold on to it.
I don't know the right answer to that.
No, and I don't know the right answer to that either. And they don't really go into it. And I think one reason is because it's just like it's a kids movie. That's one. Also, they really don't have time to explain it. It was a risky move, but in the context of everything,
so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. And I think Billy
so much fun.
And Billy thought he needed to do it, and I think he did almost like need to do it because it's him versus technically 7 or 8 beings, how you want to look at it, and how is he going to do all this by himself when meanwhile he has his family that he's met so briefly, but most of them have been like so there for him. They like charged into their other realm, and they fought for him because they all have just that foster kid mentality where it's just like we need to stick up for each other and do that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic that Freddy got flight of all powers. And I think, and I told this to Tori and I told it to you, where in like a lunchroom scene, they're talking about superpowers before Shazam even showed up. And Billy's like, would you choose flight or invisibility? And everyone chooses flight because they want to be a hero, but like invisibility, like that's the better power. And then he's just given flight later on. Anyway, even though like he chose invisibility, and I think it's one of those things that really like changed his mind because he's like, people fly because they want people to see them as a hero. And after he got that flight, I feel like a lot of just his like negative personality almost kind of went away. But I was very happy about the wedges. That I thought was cool. But I enjoyed it. And now I show you background feeling waters to.
They are going to make another movie.
Yes, there's a worm.
Because
there's a worm.
So the reason why we know they're making another movie is The Rock is playing the Black Adam.
Mhm.
I didn't realize he is playing Black Adam, and the issue they did not address in this movie was, first of all, excuse me, I did not do something right. 2 Irish brothers.
It always cuts out at that note. Always.
2, they did not address one thing in this movie, which I was like, wait a second. Why didn't they address this? And they said, we gave the power to another, and he chose to free the 7 deadly sins.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint, everybody. That's Black Adam.
Like, they didn't say what happened to him.
Exactly. And that's why we're getting Shazam 2. And The Rock is playing Black Adam because he looks like Black Adam.
That'll be fun.
He looks like him.
Yeah.
Very good casting because he looks exactly like him.
And I think one reason why Shazam...
Oh, by the way, casting of Zach Levy for Shazam, excellent. Because he has a very much immature face.
Oh, God.
Like, he has that face.
Yeah. Like, and it's crazy that it's him. Like, it's Chuck, you know?
Yeah.
And if you want to know, like, he wasn't wearing, like, a padded costume or everything. I watched, like, this 15-minute video on just, like, what he did and the training and how he went from being, you know, Chuck to Shazam and everything. And it is, like, ridiculous. Like, you got to have a ton of money to do that, to do that kind of shit. Like, he's been training for, like, years. And he wanted to be Shazam, like, so bad that once he got the role, he immediately changed his diet. He immediately, like, day one, just went after it, and he went after it hard. And, like, all the work he's done, yeah. And it's not like, just like hearing the story, one reason I think he was so good at Shazam is, like I said, when he got the role, he started training day one, not because it's like, okay, I got this big role and I need to train, but he, of course you're not, Tori, of course you're not. But he trained because he wanted the role. Like, he thought it would be a lot of fun, and it's someone who, like, really, really threw himself into it. And I think the way he was acting in it, like, you can see how much, like, personally he loved playing Shazam. And that really made the movie just, like, that much better. It was an actor that really, really loved what he was doing. And there's other times where it's just like, you're an actor, you have a job, you do a role, and you really put yourself into it. But this was just like...
Oh, yeah. So that's the other thing that a lot of fans are, like, pissed about, because they killed him off in Ragnarok, and he's not going to come back in the MCU, folks. They killed him.
He can come back.
So,
he can come back.
No, they didn't kill him off in Infinity Wars.
He could just be a different character.
Right.
You know, things happen. You never know. You have to show me
Shazam.
You have to show me a picture.
He's totally Shazam.
About that, because I don't know exactly. I don't remember Thor. Thor: Dark World, you said?
Or Ragnar, one of the two. He was one of, like, the Thor's peeps in Asgard.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like the what do you call it? The more like swashbuckler type of the Asgardian 3. There's like the elf, there's like the dwarf looking one, and then there's the swashbuckler, and then there's another one, and he's the swashbuckler. But,
that's him? That's crazy. Wow. Right?
Right?
It looks nothing like him.
Right?
No,
Right.
That's crazy. No, wait. No, that's not.
Wait, no? Maybe.
Zachary Lever to take over role of Fandral in Thor 2. Oh, because that's the anyway. Well, I'll look into this later. That's absolutely nuts if that's true.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that. That looks like the guy from Once Upon a Time. Anyway, um,
So
the my problem with Shazam, when you were mentioning story, and I get it's hard. Like they could have developed Billy a little bit better, probably, but it's kind of hard to just in retrospect of all things. I don't really think they could have done like too much of a better job um, developing Billy as a character and some of the flaws that he had. It was kind of just like he got the powers and it just like really changed him a lot.
I think that
They did a
I
good
think
job.
that they pretty much addressed it.
They did a good job.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I just thought they maybe could have done like a little bit more with him, but it's just like I still thought it was like really good. It was just some parts of the story with him where it just was odd at times to me. Like I can't think of anything specific. I guess I'm gonna have to go watch the movie again.
Yep.
God, I want to watch it again. It's so good.
I so want to go see it again.
I know. But when you think of like character development of like Billy Baxton compared to Miles Morales, they're just kids. They're similar ages. Like they did a way better job with Miles in Spider-Verse than they did with Billy in Shazam. But it was still just like I can't tell anybody to not see Shazam. I watched it at home on Cody. You watched Spider-Verse? Spider-Verse is phenomenal.
It's one of the best comic book movies ever made.
Like it's, I don't understand how anyone could have not liked it. And it's just
but that's
another day. That's another day. Sean wanted to see Spider-Verse.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. They do
It's so good.
Just the times where like it looks like it's supposed to be 3D. That's just the way it's supposed to be.
It's on purpose.
It's on purpose.
I'm convinced it's on purpose.
Yeah. There is one scene where it's just like, no, I think they fucked up. It's just one scene for like 5 seconds, and I think it's in the sewers where the sides are just like so blurry. It's like someone fucked up with that blur filter. That's it. That's the only part of the movie I didn't like, because it was at that time, and I talked to other people, and they did the same thing. Where I'm just like, am I supposed to?
Yeah.
Is this?
Yeah. It's
3D?
Crazy. It's absolutely because I saw it in 2D and I was like, oh shit, I walked into the 3D.
So did I. Yeah, me and Tori did the same thing. We nudged each other. We're just like, no, we fucked up. I bought the 3D tickets. I'm sorry. No, it was just creative. And then as time goes on in the movie, it's totally supposed to be 2D. I kind of want to watch it in 3D, but that's different.
I also really like, and this is what's cool about Shazam. Sure, Zach Levy is very good in the movie, but they give a lot of time to the kid actors in this movie.
They do.
And I really appreciate that because, like to Mike's point, this is a kid's movie with kid actors. Yeah. I want to see more kid actors than the Shazam part. Now, you need the Shazam part for the action part, but for the non-action part, you want to hit up Billy and the fam, and they did that a lot, which is great. I don't know how it's going to work out in the second movie. Here's my prediction: they're going to shift more towards the adult actors because there's going to probably be a lot more action sequences going on, and there's probably going to be more need for adult acting than child acting. That's my prediction, but I like the split in this movie. I didn't think it was completely Zach, and I don't think it was completely... I hope I'm wrong too, but I just don't see it going that way. I don't see it. I think this movie was right. I don't know how they're going to do it the second movie, but...
Because I told Tori that
you're dealing with Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam's going to be... That's the Rock. It's awesome. So wait, in Flashpoint, I told this story that there's one iteration where it's the 6 kids and they come together to make one Shazam, like Captain Planet.
Yes, so, they are Shazam when their powers combine.
Yeah, and they don't have their own individual powers. They just all come together and then they join one.
So there's like this weird multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, but there's not like what they did in this movie, they haven't. Oh no, they did do that. Never mind. I'm just talking to myself, and it's just like they have the Marvel family.
Yeah, they did the Marvel family,
Yeah.
which is it's not the same. It's like you don't take all 6 or 7 of them and make them into one. You just split the power. But see, the other problem that I have with the Marvel family thing is that there's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's an innate hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Billy is top dog
Yeah.
to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I need to go any. I don't think I need to explain or extrapolate that thought any further in today's political climate. But to put people on different rungs of the ladder,
Yeah.
per se,
I think
you're I don't know if you want to go down that road in today's world. That's all I'm saying. Because a lot of people can interpret it in a lot of different ways. And frankly, you're going to miss the point of a really cool movie.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I think if there's anyone that's going to get turned, it's Freddy that's going to get turned in like the next movie.
Oh yeah.
You know, because he's just talking about it more. He's the one that's going to be jealous, even though he has power. He's the one that's going to want more power.
Yeah.
And what was the name? Okay, here's the other thing. What exactly was the name of the villain?
Of who?
The villain in the movie.
Dr. something or other. Dr. Sanus?
Dr. Anus?
Dr. Anus.
Well, yeah, Merlin.
That's Merlin.
Merlin from Kingsman. That guy.
Yeah.
The guy who absorbed the 7 sins. Thaddeus.
That's his name.
Yeah. I don't know if he has like
Dr. Savannah. Dr. Savannah.
He was, and I know it's
He's
getting late.
An awesome actor. Everything he's in, I'm a fan of.
Especially the Jaguar commercial.
Yeah.
Remember that? Do you remember the Jaguar commercials? Where it's just like a bunch of English people, and they're just like talking, English actors, and they're talking about just how Englishmen make like the best villains, and did you notice that? And then they're like, that's why Jaguar makes the best calls. It's just like, okay, cool.
Did you see it? Did you see him in a Brothers Grimsby?
No.
That was the Sacha Baron Cohen and his movie. It's a very funny movie.
Really?
I suggest it. It's not a very popular movie, but it's still a very funny movie.
He's my favorite.
If you're a Sacha Baron Cohen fan.
But as Tori said, Mark Strong, the villain did like such an amazing job, where he didn't. I never felt like he didn't have a very good screen presence, and he never felt like he was really taking away from the rest of the cast. Like
No.
I felt like he played the villain, just that perfect villain amount, where you don't want too much more of him, and he's not intruding on the developing story of just like the heroes and the kids. Like he was so good in it, and he's definitely one of my favorite parts where you can, even though he was an adult, he still had those childish tendencies of just being greedy.
It's very interesting. So interesting side notes. So I'm just looking up. I'm googling Shazam, right?
Yeah.
It's very interesting how they bill it as Zachary Levi as Captain Marvel, and then they also bill Asher Angel, the kid that plays Billy Batson, as Captain Marvel, not Shazam. Like bill him as Captain Marvel.
Huh. And
then what's interesting is they don't bill Freddy as Freddy. They bill Jack Dylan Grazer as, who's the actor?
Yeah.
As, ready for this?
Yeah.
Captain Marvel Jr. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Mary Marvel.
It's Mary Marvel Jr.
Where are you getting? If you just look up, if you just put into Google Shazam, right, and you just click on the cast, you know, it pops up like
IMDb.
So I don't know if that's a Google thing or if that's. I'm gonna check IMDb now, because I think IMDb may be a little bit more record and billing.
Well, you're doing this, Andrew, and you're doing your research. I'm going to say thank you, everyone, for listening, showing up, downloading, however you're listening to this. Andrew, you look like you were going to say something.
No. I'm going through.
All right, cool. I haven't uploaded the last 2 episodes, so this week I'm going to try to upload everything. So you'll get like the last 2 episodes that we did, and this one sometime this week, I hope. That's on youtube.com/ToyRage. You can also go to instagram.com/ToyRagerEviews, where sometimes Andrew never posts pictures. There's also sometimes always he never posts pictures. We've been doing a little bit better when it comes to the facebook.com/ToyRage. Look us up there. And of course, twitter.com/ToyRage, where you should always like, subscribe, and follow everything that we do, because Andrew will never post anything, but sometimes he makes a comment. And those are the things, the little golden nuggets that we find.
You know what? I don't like to spoil people.
I know. That's his excuse.
I don't like to spoil people. I like to give them, when I give them a little piece of myself, I like to give them gold. Yeah. I don't like to give them copper. I don't like to give them some cheap piece of tin. No, I want to give them a nice juicy nugget.
That's gross. And that's why Andrew's referred to as the semi-annual man. Because,
the semi-annual poster.
Semi-annual poster man. Because twice a year you'll get gold, and the rest's all just coal. Well, really, it's nothing. So what'd you find?
IMDb bills it differently.
Okay.
IMDb bills it as Zach as Shazam, Asher as Billy Batson, and Jack Dylan Grazer as Freddie Freeman. So they don't need. So Google and IMDb needs to be put on the same page.
Yeah. Google might also be pulling from an older, just like cast of it. Casting. Who knows? That's a good question. That's your homework. And is there any other homework, Andrew, that everyone should do for next week?
Watch Us, because I'm gonna go see Us, because that's probably I want to talk about that next week. And what's the other thing? Oh yeah, bye.